Welcome back. Now that we have a functional infrastructure for our web server, we have to address the security. Currently, the data transmitted between the client and the load balancer is unencrypted. This means any sensitive information sent over this connection, such as password, is vulnerable and can be easily intercepted. To address this security risk, it's essential to encrypt the traffic. The solution involves creating an SSL, secure socket layer certificate, and switching our protocol from HTTP to HTTPS, which ensures encrypted and secure communication between client and the server. This is where AWS Certificate Manager, or ACM, comes into play. ACM is a service offered by AWS that greatly eases the process of managing digital certificates. These certificates, particularly when used alongside SSL/TLS protocol, are vital for securing network communications and verifying the identity of websites on the internet. To create an SSL certificate in ACM, you need to own the domain name. And ideally, it should be hosted on Route 53, Amazon's DNS service. This is important because you need to have control over the domain to validate the SSL certificate issued by ACM. As part of the validation, ACM will provide a few records which you will have to place in your Route 53. Therefore, you will need access to Route 53 to complete the validation process. This integration streamlines the process, enhancing the security of data in transit between your clients and your infrastructure. When the traffic arrives at the load balancer, the SSL certificate is terminated, meaning that the communication from the load balancer to your container occurs in clear text. For many scenarios, this level of security is considered acceptable, as the traffic within the VPC is under your control and is protected from external eavesdropping. We can easily create a public certificate by typing ACM and selecting the Certificate Manager link, which will open Certificate Manager dashboard. Because we do not have any certificates, the dashboard is empty. So let's create a new one for our domain cloudenthusiast.academy. We have to provide the fully qualified domain name for which we want to create the certificate, and can optionally add additional subdomains to this certificate. In our case, we will add www.cloudenthusiast.academy as another domain. We will choose the option DNS validation because in future we can easily automate it. For key algorithm, we will keep the default, which is RSA 2048, and select the Request Certificate button. After a while, when the certificate is created, it will be in pending validation state. In order to validate the certificate, we need to prove that we own the domain for which the certificate is being created. In order to do that, we have to create two CNAME records in the domain's hosted zone. Let's copy the name and value provided in your certificate manager and create a hosted zone record for it. Once you have created both the records, refresh the certificate dashboard. You will see the status is changed from pending validation to active and is ready to be used by our load balancer. Next, we have to attach it to our load balancer. For that, we have to first create a listener that listens on port 443 used for SSL/TLS communication. In the listener creation time, you must select the certificate from the ACM and click Add. We also have to update our security group to enable traffic for port 443 used by HTTPS protocol. Once we're done, we can test our infrastructure by typing https://www.cloudenthusiast.academy in our browser. Our application is still responding and now on the secure encrypted channel, as evident with the log sign in the tab. That's all for today. Next, we will improve on performance, so stay tuned.